Hello everybody, welcome back to Infamous. This is episode 18.
Listen, I say we crack that baby open and give everyone powers. It's the only way to make sure we don't get screwed.
Yeah, I think we're already screwed.
Way to go, guys. Well, Zeke is feeling really good. He still thinks that we have, access to this, what is it called? Well, this device, the bomb. The Ray Sphere. He still thinks we're somehow gonna get access to it. We gotta get access to it. We gotta give everybody superpowers to make it a level playing field, because now that the box is open, there's no closing it. It's can of worms, Pandora's box, whatever you want to call it. Oh man, that sign looks weird when it's blacked out. And there's our mission right there on the ground. So we're staying up here because it's a lot easier to get around. Oh, and they just... Sorry, you're going down, sir. As will you be. Excuse me. And you're dead. I wonder why sometimes it gives me a melee finisher, sometimes it doesn't. So, those guys are all down below. Don't think it's gonna kill anyone. Let's just go to our mission, right? Yeah, this is gonna take a second. We're not gonna survive this otherwise. Let's go. Yeah. Inside we go.
Hey Moya, I'm down in the sewer. Should have the power back on in no time.
Roger.
Roger. Ooh, so now we're climbing on the pipes. This should be an interesting sewer run. I think we get some really strange platforming parts in this one. And what power do we get this time? Ooh, running long cables. Grinding. Helpful stuff. Induction grind ability unlocked. Jump onto wires to slide across them. You can also grind on train tracks. Speeds us up a lot.
Hey.
You been paying attention to that TV jacker? Used to think he was pretty righteous, but now he spends half his time trashing you.
I noticed.
Makes me think you should pay him a little visit.
Believe me, I'd love to. No idea where he's hiding, though.
Probably holed up in the old TV station over in the historic district. You'd find him. You'd give him a taste of the good stuff. He's got to learn not to run his mouth all the time.
Alright, Zeke. You will. Zeke's kind of a bad influence. And Trish isn't helping. Which I suppose is something to be said about the story writers for the game. They made... Everybody in this game is telling you to do bad stuff. So it makes it, I guess... I don't know. It makes doing the right thing more difficult, I suppose. In theory. If you get attached, I guess it does. If you don't, then it's just a decision that you're making in the game. You're just deciding, oh, I got him, look how cute he was. For me, I don't normally get involved in the game enough to be like, oh, I feel bad about this. Story elements can make me feel really bad, like how a character reacts. Like I said, number 3, Second Son, I actually cried at several points, and I've already played through on both good and bad. I cried several times during each playthrough. I was like, I know this is just a game, but man, those feels. I had a lot of feels. I felt all the feels. This one, I don't really feel bad about the good or the bad, honestly. I guess maybe I've just played it so much that I've become... I love doing that. That I've just become numb to it, or I've just, I know what's coming up. It's like, oh, well, if I do this, I know blah, 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 blah. Or, oh, if I do this... I suppose part of it, too, is you don't know what difference it's going to make, but since I've played through the game a lot, I know what kind of difference it's going to make, if at all. Which is an interesting thing, and it's going to bring me back to what the series is about. We're going to go ahead and leech him for power real quick. And because we want the negative karma, I'm trying to switch sides here. And onto that ledge. So one of the themes I wanted to talk about that inFAMOUS seems to cover is what effect, if any, you have on the world and those around you. And Second Son covers more about how it affects others. This game is more about how others affect you, if at all. It's like, again, I've talked about how Zeke and Trish are both really bad influences because Trish hates your guts. She doesn't care if you do anything good. It doesn't make any difference to her. Throw that back at him. And Zeke is just like, dude, you gotta get payback, you gotta do this, we gotta do that. And it's in a good way, it's in a friendly way. You guys are friends, you guys are bros, you hang out, do all kinds of fun stuff. But when we get to the end of this, I'll probably tell you guys a little bit about what difference it makes. I may even show you guys the opposite ending of the game. And I'll probably talk about what difference the other karmic side makes. So for instance, along the way, I've been telling you guys what difference it makes. So when we're at the water pipe, for instance, it makes those missions a lot harder because you've got a lot less power to work with, especially if you only have a little bit of power to begin with. If you weren't collecting glass shards before you started that mission, and it gets rid of 3 power cells on your bar every time you get hit by that tar, you don't have a lot of power to work with, and that makes fighting very difficult, so you're basically just ending up running around in that mission. It's really, really, really bad. And that's a really good, as far as I'm aware, effect as to what, like, difference the karmic choice makes. But it's a temporary one. It's one that wears off. It doesn't have a long-standing effect on the story. And we're still really neutral when it comes to karma right now.
Good work, Cole.
Haven't
When you're
managed
ready,
to
I've
switch
got a
sides,
couple
though.
of things I'd like you to look into. One of them might lead us to John.
Oh, well, thank you, Moya. So you can see, this is more realistic. We can drain the battery out of a running car and it will continue running because it's not actually running on the battery. When your car is running, your car is charging your battery. The battery is just there to start your car. TV! And the mission is right there, too. Alright, so this mission is called The Rescue, and we've got some side missions up and around here. Let's see. So we have now unlocked, ever since we got that new area open, we've now unlocked all 5 of this area's evil missions. And since I was wanting to do evil, figured we'd head that way.
See that old train? The Reapers have some people locked up in it. Collateral to keep the people of the Neon in line. More importantly, there's a chance John is locked in there.
Want me to bust them out?
No. You're in the heart of Reaper territory, and they'll kill anyone trying to escape. You need to move the train to a safe location.
How am I supposed to do that? Push?
You're a living third rail. Stay in contact with the lead car, and it should move.
Okay. Whee! Especially now that we can do induction grind. So we can see the Reapers on our map. I'm kind of circling around them here. And there's our train. Let's go. And we're not moving. Why? Well, when I was playing, I couldn't figure it out for the life of me, but it's pretty obvious when I'm looking at it what we had to do. I'll figure it out in a second. Let's kill the Reapers first. No? Yeah? And there's the cars right there. You also saw the cars move just a touch. Let me shock them. Alright. Apparently I'm still not sure. Okay. Okay, think about it. Oh, hey, there's a blockage. Yeah, cars from the tracks. Let's get off the track. And off the tracks, too. Good enough? Let's go. Charge up. Knock that guy out. Oh, I didn't even knock that guy out. Look at me,
Just
I'm so
stay calm in
focused.
there.
pretty interesting. I've never heard of bad guys locking up people in a train, especially when it's been like
train
slowed down somewhere.
stopping.
It's interesting.
Reapers must have disengaged the low-voltage feeder box that's mounted under the tracks. Charge it until it's green across the board. That should get you moving again.
I'll
Now
go look
tell
for
me,
it.
what difference would it make if I'm a living third rail, if there's electricity running through the rails on the ground or not? I don't understand that. Oh well, doesn't matter. Cartoon physics, whatever. In the next episode, I hope you'll join me again, because we're having so much fun. I'm having a lot of fun talking about game design, story elements, good, bad, karma, what they meant to do with this video game, and everything in the future. I hope you enjoy it. Come back. See you next time.